Coming up, I become a one-handed wizard. But before we get started with the video, I'd like to say a very big thank you to All Things Tennis. They've been helping me for the past 3 years with shoes, grips, string, rackets, even helping me to find a kit sponsor, and helped me out a lot in the very early stages of my YouTube journey. So I've attached all the links to every bit of equipment that I use from All Things Tennis, and I've put it in the description below. These aren't affiliate links, so I don't earn anything from it. It's just for you guys to go and check out if you like the look of my setup, what I'm using. There's some stuff in there that I would highly recommend, especially the A6 shoes and the Head Prime Tour grips, which are exactly the same as the Wilson Pro Overgrip. Things like the rackets and the string are a little bit more personal to you, so you can go check all that out in my description below. Anyway, back to the video. It's the morning of the match, week 2 of the UTR PTT Portugal. This is my 10th match in 2 weeks. And in that time, I've had some really strong performances. Playing well, playing aggressive, feeling good, just didn't quite get the results. But I'm seeing it as a real positive step in the right direction, something that my game has needed for quite a long time. I've sacrificed a few results in the short term, but I'm now feeling 10 times more comfortable playing with that aggression, and I'm actually enjoying it more. So, my opponent today was Avi Sugar, pretty sweet name, from America. He'd had some pretty tough battles this week, one that went over 4 hours long, so I knew that he wasn't going to let me have it easily. He was going to be a bit of a fighter. He was going to bring some intensity, which I pretty much felt from the first ball, but I guess I was there to do the same thing. My plan was pretty simple: stick to what I'd been doing for the past 2 weeks, taking the ball on, trying to hold the baseline as much as possible, play with that aggression, look for the forehand. By this point, it was actually starting to feel really, really natural. Again, this was something that I did 2 years ago. This was how I was playing when I got to my career high ranking, which was just outside the top 1,000 in the world. And I was beating players inside the top 400 doing this. Initially, my opponent's game style really caught me out because it was so different to what I'd been playing against. A lot of people out here were grinding, just super consistent, not missing, but also not really hitting many winners. Whereas my opponent today was actually really going after it. He was coming forward a lot, serve volleying at stages, and he was also changing direction quite a lot, especially using the backhand line. The points felt a lot shorter than my other matches, but the tempo of the points was definitely higher. Because of the nature of the match, it felt like I had way less rhythm than other days. It was a lot more in and out, and I was having to improvise a little bit, come up with stuff just on the spot. So the first 2 games were a bit of a battle, but I managed to get myself into a position where I had the chance to break, played a rock solid point, and went 2-love up. This early lead really helped me to relax. I was really letting my serve go. I definitely feel like the change in racket has helped my serve out massively. It just feels way more accurate and it feels heavier when it's hitting the opponent's racket. I'm getting way more unreturnables, hitting a lot more aces, and it just feels easier. It's also definitely helped my backhand out massively. I felt like the swing was getting really big with the head extreme. I was getting more spin, but I was finding it hard to punch through the ball flat and still maintain the control, which isn't really an issue with the pro staff. And it's something that was always a strength of my game, hitting that very flat backhand, especially down the line. Also shots where I just have to use my hand, I feel like I get way more control with the pro staff. So I got off to a great start in this first set, 5-love up, really found the balance between aggression and also staying solid, not giving away too many errors. I remember thinking at this point in the match, I was keen to just see if I could turn it up a little bit, maybe go for a little bit more, push my boundaries, as I'd already created such a strong base for the match already. So I just decided to increase the pace slightly and go for a little bit more. At this stage, I could really feel my confidence building, and I was able to start pulling off shots like that. When you have the comfort in the scoreline, it makes things like that a little bit easier to do. So I took the first set 6-1. Really happy with the way that I was serving, returning, felt aggressive, but also solid. I was keen to see if I could keep this level up in the second set. And I got off to a great start, getting the early break, playing a little bit more counter-punchy, not by choice. But yeah, keeping hold of that positive momentum. But my opponent was still making things difficult for me. I was having to come out with shots like that backhand down the line, as he had increased his aggression. One thing that was really helping me out was my serve percentage. I was really making a lot of first serves, especially in these tight moments, which just helps to get your opponent that little bit further out the court, starting the rally in a way more positive position. The more your opponent moves, the more their accuracy goes down. The more they're going to drop the depth or even miss. I felt a bit of a change at 3-1. The game was starting to get a little bit more scrappy. I think because my opponent's first serve percentage started to increase a little bit. I was just starting the rallies from more of a defensive position, and it was just taking longer for me to build myself into a position where I could attack. Just using the slice there to try and slow things down and get a ball that I can actually hit and get on top of the rally with. So 6-1, 4-1 up, and I'll be honest, at this stage I got a little bit tentative. I wasn't playing the full-out aggressive style that I was playing at the start of the match. Just passing up a few opportunities to hit the ball there, opting for the slice. And I think this made my opponent feel a little bit more comfortable, and he was starting to step in and take his chances. Obviously, nothing to lose for him at this stage, so he can just go after it. I felt like that little drop in intensity really cost me this service game. And it's just a reminder for me to keep that intensity up, keep that aggression, or else it's going to give my opponent a chance to get back into the match, which is nearly what happened here. I feel like the difference between 5-1 and 4-2 is pretty big, especially when you're serving at 4-1 to go 5-1 up and you get broken. I definitely felt like my opponent picked up in confidence and he started to have a lot more energy about him. But I had to keep cool. I was still in a really good position at 4-3 up, just focused on my serve rhythm and keeping those percentages high. By this time, my opponent was holding nothing back. He was going full out with aggression, and I was having to come out with shots like that just to keep him at bay. But he was starting to move forward pretty much every point, taking it early, coming into my backhand, not really giving me a chance to hit the pass. I knew that it was pretty crucial for me to hold in this next game because my opponent was really starting to find his range. I was staying as rock solid as I could from the baseline. This was definitely not the time to give away cheap errors. A big focus on my serve rhythm and also the percentages. I knew it was crucial to make as many first serves as possible here. So 40 love up, 3 match points, 3 chances to finish this off. Number 1 snubbed out by a pretty good forehand down the line from my opponent. So match point number 2. And not really the way that I wanted to finish the match. But I guess these things happen. But overall, I was pretty happy with my performance. I think 80% of the match was really good. Just that little blip in the second set that needs a little bit of improvement. But overall, playing far more aggressive and far more positive tennis. I just want to take this time to say a huge thank you to everyone who's watching the videos, people who have subscribed. You're really helping to keep my tennis journey going. Don't forget to let me know in the comments if there's anything you'd like to see more of, any rackets you want me to test out. But yeah, big thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.